Denver International Airport is a project that was devised and envisioned for the future.
We made a statement of our community, of who we are and who we believe we are, of our vision, and that structure has now become a symbol for Colorado, and it is a symbol around the world.
I think the greatest thing about DIA is its striking architecture.
It is physically larger than I had imagined.
I get asked all the time, how do they heat that thing?
When people come to the airport from all across the world, they say to me, this is a huge airport. How did you do it? How did the people of Denver do it?
We didn't have a lot of money. There weren't huge corporations in the community, but there were a lot of people who were passionate about living in this community and wanting to make it a great community.
Stapleton would not have been able to handle the growth.
If the weather was bad in Denver, it would shut down all the aircraft in the system from both East and West Coast.
I'm stuck at the airport.
We were the second worst performing airport in the country at that time. Only Newark was worse than we were.
People wanted to avoid Denver.
We had the opportunity to do something very important in the national aviation system, where we had that sense that we had a unique opportunity.
I hope when people look at the new airport, they will also understand the effort, the community spirit, the determination, the vision, the courage that went into that project.
It is the country's first new airport in 21 years. Despite a dramatic design, the project has been very controversial.
Many of us that have been around for a while can remember all the criticism and critique about DIA and how it wouldn't work.
There were people who thought that this airport was a mistake.
Let's be real blunt about it. This airport is built on lies and doctored data.
There was obviously lots of controversy about doing such a big, risky venture.
Building an airport does not create or make traffic.
It's controversial because Denver had to annex a big chunk of Adams County.
Obviously, the thing was never put together right, or this vote would never have happened.
Opponents of the airport said, well, if Adams County voted, Denver should vote too, and while a vote wasn't required, I agree to a vote, and that vote passed also.
I think I warned also the media to take a hard look. Be watchdogs.
With so much money going into it, there was a big gamble on the line with the city's integrity as an institution.
The manager of the airport leave, and then in a matter of months, the chief engineer and now manager of public works die.
People think other humans are invincible. You pretend to be, but you suffer internally and quietly.
A lot of people, when this airport was being constructed, really gave their hearts and soul to it.
Most people were not aware of the difficulty of doing a project of that size.
And then, of course, to get to the point where you had put all of this time and effort in to build what was essentially an entire city on virgin ground, and be ready, you thought, pretty much to open the doors and discover that the one component you thought was standard, basic engineering technology didn't work.
What do I remember is the most painful?
Well, I think the question for me is, how can we land planes at an airport that's not functional?
Having to stand up to defend what people really didn't want to hear, that the airport will open, but we missed our target date.
How much risk do we want to take?
And then to have to do that for a second time.
It was a huge financial issue.
And to hear people boo,
Constant,
kids make jokes,
ongoing
2468,
scrutiny.
DIA can't operate,
That press generated a life of its own.
2468, who don't we appreciate, Mayor Webb.
We were investigated by every agency with initials. Those were all dismissed.
Denver International is 16 months late in opening. It cost $5 billion, almost 3 times more than original estimates.
We achieved the opening of the airport over some huge obstacles.
Here we go. The airport is open.
This is the first 10 years of a 50-year master plan.
It is a huge economic engine.
It's a great financial story.
Now I look around the country and I see other airports that, you know, are going to have more debt than we have at DIA, and they're just getting Band-Aids.
A new runway has now been built.
Clearly, international flights have a tremendous benefit.
And it has been an immeasurable boon to our community.
That will position the entire state, the entire metropolitan area, for the next 80, 90, 100 years.
Well, the first 10 years, I think, have proven the critics wrong and supported the vision of those who led the way. But it's just the beginning.
Thank you.
This is huge. I want to see this moment.
People look at that airport, they travel through it, they feel it, they see it, they know how efficient it is.
It really is about getting people from A to B safely.
It is truly an architectural masterpiece.
DIA is really kind of the jewel.
It is one of the finest airports in the world.
City employees have been taking a route that, you know, if this had been done by the private sector, they would have been able to do it better. They'd have walked away from this deal.
No other place in the country has managed to pull together a project like this.
Many other communities in the United States have given up in building new airports. They've tried, and they've given up. This may be the last major airport of its kind in this century.
We should be proud as Americans that we can put a facility like this together.
I was never so proud of city employees in all my life.
We all have a perfect right to take a lot of pride in what has happened here.
When we say we're proud to be a Colorado-based company, we're proud, equally as proud, to call DIA home.
But I think it really does almost inspire people.
That all of us together could make a great city.
It was fundamentally believing in yourself.
DIA really was, I think, the beginning of a new era.
If we can build the world's greatest airport, we can also build the largest transit system at one time in the history of the United States.
It lifted, I think, our spirits, and it said to the world that when this community does something, it really wants to do it in a world-class fashion.
I am pleased to officially kick off DIA's 10th anniversary celebration.
Essentially, you can have whatever kind of facility you want, but it takes people to operate it, and we have the people that do that, and do it well.
To the incredible staff that helped design and build and now today operates the airport.
Thank you for the dedication. Thank you for the hard work.
Thank you so much.
512
Under the bridge and then go right.